that is very important for the numerical portion of physical chemistry or also in physics, that is unit conversion. Okay. Today we are going to deal with the topic that is very important for the numerical portion of physical chemistry or also in physics, that is unit conversion. Okay. So in unit conversion, listen, unit conversion, that means how to change one unit to another unit. Suppose the distance your house and your school, suppose it is 1 kilometer, right? 1 kilometer. So one can say that the distance between my school and house is 1000 meter, right? If the unit changes, the value also changes. Listen, I have changed the unit kilometer to meter. The value also changed 1 meter to 1000 meter. So as value changes, as unit changes, the value also changes. Okay, listen. So we are going to deal that how to deal with the unit conversion. That means how to change one unit to another unit, right? When we require this, when we solve the questions of physical chemistry. फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री में क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, जैसे P = nRT में कर रहे हैं हम, प्रेशर हमको चाहिए बार में और दिया न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर में, या न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर में चाहिए, ATM में दिया हुआ है, राइट? तो ऐसे कंडीशन पे हमें जरूरत पड़ती है यूनिट कन्वर्जन की. सपोज वी आर गोइंग टू यूज द फॉर्मूला एंड द यूनिट्स, the quantities are not given in the required with the required units. So what we will do, we will have to change the units and then we will put the value in the formula and then we will get the answer, right? If we do not change the units, obviously we will put the values in the formula, you will get the answer, but answer will be wrong, right? So if you do not know how to change the units from one to another, that means you know the formula, you know everything, but you cannot get right answer, right? So unit conversion is very important for us. So in unit conversion क्या डील करने वाले हैं हम? Listen, first of all, in unit conversion, first volume, unit conversion of volume, second unit conversion of pressure, then unit conversion related to temperature, okay, temperature, then unit conversion related to gas constant, got it? So now I'm going to start with the units of volume, right? Now listen, volume, okay. Suppose you are having a water tank at your roof, water tank, and it is cubical in shape. The water tank at your roof is cubical in shape, that means it is having length, breadth and height, right? So suppose 1 meter length, 1 meter breadth, 1 meter is height. So what will be the volume of this water tank? 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter length into breadth into height, now. So 1 meter cube. And you know this, the water that can be filled in this water tank is 1000 liter. So I can say that 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. Maximum amount of water that can be filled in this type of container is 1000 liter. ऐसे याद रखेंगे, अगर आपके छत का टंकी 1 मीटर लंबा, 1 मीटर चौड़ा, 1 मीटर ऊंचा है, तो उसके अंदर 1000 लीटर पानी आ सकता है, कोई सा भी लिक्विड आ सकता है, राइट? सपोज आप किसी डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, you fell ill and you go to a doctor and the syringe of a doctor, injection of a doctor having cubical shape, okay, imagine, and that having 1 centimeter length, 1 centimeter breadth and 1 centimeter height. So the volume of the syringe or injection will be 1 centimeter cube, 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter. It is having 1 centimeter length, 1 centimeter breadth and 1 centimeter height. So the volume for this syringe or injection will be 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter now. So 1 centimeter cube. And do you know that the medicine that can be filled in this type of injection is 1 ml. So I can say that in 1 centimeter cube, that means 1 centimeter cube is 1 ml. 1 centimeter cube is 1 ml. How you will remember? A shape having 1 centimeter length, 1 centimeter breadth and 1 centimeter height. So its volume will be 1 centimeter cube, and obviously it will have 1 centimeter cube volume and it will have 1 ml medicine in it, a syringe or injection, right? So 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 ml. One more thing, that 1 cc, this C represents cubic and this C centimeter. So cubic centimeter, or I can say that 1 centimeter cube, cubic centimeter or centimeter cube, all are same. 1 ml, 1 centimeter cube, 1 cc, all are same. Suppose 50 cc, it is equal to 50 centimeter cube. It is equal to 50 ml. I hope you got it. So हमें दो चीजें याद रखनी है, एक तो 1 मीटर क्यूब जो होता है 1000 लीटर के बराबर होता है, 1 सेंटीमीटर क्यूब जो होता है वो 1 ml के बराबर होता है. Got it? 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 ml and 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 ml, right? Now listen, deci, centi, milli, deca, hecto, kilo, right? It is represented by small m, it is represented by small c, it is represented by small d, it is represented by dA, it is represented by HA, it is represented by small k. The meaning of this 10 to power 3, the meaning of this 10 to power 2, 10 to power 1 or 10, 10 to power minus 1, 10 to power minus 2, 10 to power minus 3. Right? Listen. Now suppose here you got 1 milliliter, 1 milligram, 1 centimeter. Suppose centimeter. Suppose I am going to write it as 1 milliliter, 1 centimeter or 1 kilogram. Okay, kilogram. Now listen. So in place of 1 I am going to write 1. In place of milli that mean 10 to power minus 3. In place of milli I will write 10 to power minus 3. I can replace milli by 10 to power minus 3 because I have told you that milli, that means 10 to power minus 3. So 10 to power minus 3. In place of liter I am going to write liter. So that means 10 to power minus 3 liter, or I can say that 0.001 liter. 1 ml is equal to 0.001 liter or 10 to power minus 3 liter. In place of 1 I am going to write 1. In place of k I am going to write the meaning of the k, that is 10 to power 3. In place of gram I am going to write gram. So 1 into 10 to power 3, that means 10 to power 3 gram, that means 1000 gram. Barabar. Now 1 in place of 1 I am going to write 1. In place of c, centi, what is the meaning of centi? 10 to power minus 2, 10 to power minus 2. In place of meter I am going to write meter, to 10 to power minus 2 meter, or I can say that 0.01 meter. Now one thing, what is this? Liter, that means it is volume. What is this? Gram, that means it is mass. This is length, meter. So whether it is volume or mass or length, the use of all this deci, centi, milli, deca, hecto, kilo will be same. Okay, got it? Now one more thing, suppose I will have to see, listen, one more thing, that 1 centimeter is equal to the meaning of 1. Suppose 1 into the meaning of centi, 10 to power minus 2. In place of meter I am going to write meter. So that means I can say that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 to power minus 2 meter. Now I can multiply it by 1, because I can multiply by 1 to any value and there will be no effect, right? So in multiplication I have written point multiplied by 1 meter. So 1 centimeter and the 1 meter. Now 10 to power minus 2 in the multiplication. Now it will go to the denominator term, right? So 1 upon 10 to power minus 2, that means 10 to power 2. Now it will be in plus now. Centimeter in place of centimeter I am going to write centimeter is equal to 1 meter. So 1 meter is equal to 10 to power 2 centimeter. Listen, if 1 centimeter is equal to 10 to power minus 2 meter, then 1 meter 1 meter will be 10 to power 2 centimeter, 10 to power 2 centimeter. If 1 centimeter is equal to 10 to power minus 2 meter, then 1 meter will be equal to, change the power, right? 10 to power minus 2 in place of 10 to power minus 2, you are going to write 10 to power plus 2, okay? 10 to power plus 2, okay, got it? Similarly, if 1 milliliter is equal to 10 to power minus 3 liter, then 1 liter is equal to 10 to power plus 3 milliliter, right? Now 1 kilogram is equal to 10 to power 3 gram, so 1 gram will be equal to 10 to power minus 3 kilogram, got it? Now one more thing, that 1 centimeter is equal to how many millimeter? Now we'll have to solve this problem. Now listen. First of all, I am going to write 1 centimeter is equal to, in place of 1, in place of centi, 10 to power minus 2 meter. That means 10 to power minus 2 meter. In place of 10 to power minus 2 meter, I can write into 1 meter. Then I will place the value of 1 meter in terms of millimeter, because I will have to provide answer in millimeter ना, right? So देखिएगा, मुझे पता है 1 millimeter is equal to 10 to power minus 3 meter, क्योंकि meaning of this milli is 10 to power minus 3. So obviously 1 meter will be equal to 10 to the power 3 millimeter, as I have told here. If 1 millimeter is equal to 10 to power minus 3 meters, so obviously 1 meter will be equal to 10 to power 3 millimeter. Got it? Now listen, in place of 1 meter, I am going to write 10 to power 3 millimeter. 10 to power 3 millimeter. So 10 to power minus 2, 10 to power plus 3, 10 to power minus 2 plus 3 millimeter. That means 10 millimeter. That means 10 answer. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. In this way, you can solve this problem, right? Correct? So you can solve that 1 kilometer is equal to how many centimeter? What you will do? In place of 1 kilometer is, you will write first of all 1000 meter, because you know the meaning of kilo is equal to 10 to power 3. Now I can write it as, now I will put the value of 1 meter in terms of centimeter, because I need answer in terms of centimeter now. So in place of 1 meter, I am going to write 100 centimeter. So 10 to power 3, 10 to power 2, 10 to power 5 centimeter. Now this was all about length, how to deal with the unit of length. Now area, right? Area, suppose the question is 1 meter square is equal to how many centimeter square? I will have to provide the answer in terms of centimeter. So first of all, I will write 1 meter square, 1 meter into 1 meter. That means in place of 1 meter, listen, in place of 1 meter, I can write, I will have to provide answer in terms of centimeter now. So in place of 1 meter, I am going to write 100 centimeter, because I know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 100 centimeter. 100, 10 to power 2, 10 to power 2, any 10 to power 4 centimeter, any centimeter square. That means 10 to power 4 centimeter square. Got it? In this way. Suppose 1 meter square is equal to how many millimeter square? You can solve by your own. Now the question is that 1 centimeter square is equal to how many millimeter square? Or the question is how many millimeter square is equal to how many decimeter square? This is the question. Now listen, please be very careful, right? Listen. So in place of 1 centimeter square, I am going to write 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. And in place of centi, I know that the meaning of centi is 10 to power minus 2, and there will be no effect by multiplying by 1. So in place of centi, I am going to write 10 to power minus 2. In place of meter, meter. In place of 1, centi in 10 to power minus 2. In place of meter, I am going to write meter. Now listen, my dear student, 10 to power minus 2, I can write into 1 meter now. 10 to power minus 2, I can write into 1 meter now. Because I am going to put the value of 1 meter in terms of millimeter, because I require answer in terms of millimeter now. And listen, 1 millimeter, the meaning of milli is 10 to power minus 3 meter. That means 1 millimeter is equal to 10 to power minus 3 meter. So obviously 1 meter will be equal to 10 to power 3 millimeter. Got it? So 1 meter is equal to 10 to power 3 millimeter. So listen, 10 to power minus 2 into 10 to power 3 millimeter. Now listen, 10 to power 3 minus 2, that means 10 to power 3 minus 2, that means 10, 10 to power 1, that means 10 to power 1, that means 10. So 10 millimeter into 10 millimeter, that means 100 millimeter square. So 100, that means 10 to power 2 will be the answer. Now you can solve this problem by your own. 1 millimeter square is equal to how many decimeter square? Okay, I am going to solve. 1 millimeter square is equal to 1 millimeter into 1 millimeter. In place of milli, I am going to write 10 to power minus 3 in place of milli. And then meter, meter, 10 to power minus 3, meter, meter. Now I can write into 1 meter, because I can multiply by 1 to any value. Now there will be no effect. Right, 10 to power minus 3 in place of 1 meter. In place of 1 meter, listen, I will have to provide answer in terms of decimeter. So listen, 1 decimeter is equal to 10 to power minus 1 meter. So obviously 1 meter will be equal to 10 decimeter. 10 to power plus 1, that means 10 to power 1. That means 10, right? So 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. So obviously in place of 1 meter, I am going to write 10 decimeter, because I have to provide answer in terms of decimeter. Now listen my dear student, 10 to power minus 3, 10 to power plus 1, 10 to power minus 3, 10 to power plus 1. So it will become 10 to power minus 2 decimeter into 10 to power minus 2 decimeter. Now 10 to power minus 2 minus 2, 10 to power minus 4. Because 10 to power minus 2 na, so 10 to power minus 4. Decimeter into decimeter, that means decimeter square. Got it? Now volume. Now the question is 1 meter cube is equal to how many centimeter cube? Now listen, I can write 1 meter cube as 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter. In place of 1 meter, I can write 100 centimeter. Why? Because I will have to provide answer in terms of centimeter cube, na, centimeter, na. So obviously I am going to write 1 meter as 100 centimeter, 100 centimeter, 100 centimeter. So 10 to power 2, 10 to power 2, 10 to power 2, 10 to power 6 centimeter, 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 3 times the centimeter cube, that means 10 to power 6 centimeter cube. Now suppose the question is 1 meter cube is equal to how many millimeter cube? You will solve from your side. 1 meter cube is equal to how many decimeter cube? You will have to solve, right? Now the question is, suppose 1 decimeter cube is equal to how many meter cube? How many meter cube? This is the question. So in place of 1 decimeter cube, I will write 1 decimeter into 1 decimeter into 1 decimeter now. And I know the meaning of deci. Meaning of deci centimeter, deci, 10 to power minus 1. So 10 to power minus 1 meter, 10 to power minus 1 meter, 10 to power minus 1 meter, 10 to power minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, 10 to power minus 3, 10 to power minus 3 meter, meter, meter. So meter cube, 10 to power minus 3 meter cube. Got it? Barabar? So that was all about this. Now the problem is that 1 centimeter cube is equal to how many millimeter cube? Now we'll have to solve this problem. 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. The meaning of centi that are 10 to power minus 2, 10 to power minus 2, 10 to power minus 2. 10 to power minus 2, 10 to power minus 2, 10 to power minus 6 meter cube. Now listen, I will have to provide answer in terms of millimeter na. Now listen my dear students, I will have to provide answer in terms of millimeter na. So listen, please wait. 10 to power minus 2. My dear students, listen. In place of this, I can write 10 to power minus 2 meter. So 10 to power minus 2 into 1 meter. 10 to power minus 2 meter. 10 to power minus 2 into 1 meter, because I can multiply by 1 to any value. Now I will have to replace the value of 1 meter in terms of millimeter. I will have to replace the value of 1 meter in terms of millimeter, because we require answer in millimeter. So listen my dear students, as we know that 1 millimeter is equal to 10 to power minus 3 meter, because the meaning of milli is equal to 10 to power minus 3. So 1 meter, obviously 1 meter will be equal to 10 to power 3 millimeter. Okay. If 1 millimeter is equal to 10 to power minus 3 meter, so obviously 1 meter will be equal to 10 to power 3 millimeter. So in place of 1 meter, I am going to 1 meter, I am going to write 10 to power 3 millimeter. So 10 to power minus 2 into 10 to power 3 millimeter, 10 to power minus 2 into 10 to power 3 millimeter, 10 to power minus 2 into 10 to power 3 millimeter. Now 10 to power 3 minus 2 and 10, 10 from here, 10 from here, 10 from here, that means 10 to that means 1000, that means 10 to power 3. In place I can write 1000 as 10 to power 3 now. So millimeter, 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 millimeter cube, that means 10 to power 3 millimeter cube. I hope you got it, right? You can solve this problem. 1 decimeter cube is equal to how many centimeters? Now you can solve that. 1 millimeter cube is equal to how many decimeter cube, or 1 centimeter cube is equal to how many decimeter cube. You can solve these problems based on volume, right? Obviously volume. Now volume completed. Volume completed, pressure. Now first of all we'll have to know that what is the unit of pressure. Unit of pressure, we'll have to see that what is the unit of pressure. Obviously we'll have to know the formula of pressure. What is the formula of pressure? Pressure is equal to force upon area. What is the unit of force? Newton. What is the unit of area? Meter square. So Newton per meter square. Let's see. Listen, pressure is equal to force upon area. So obviously my dear students, unit of pressure is equal to unit of force upon unit of area is equal to unit of pressure is equal to unit of force, Newton. Newton unit of area, meter square. So Newton meter to power minus 2 or Pascal. Pascal name of scientist. So that means 1 Newton per meter square is equal to 1 Pascal. Both are same thing, right? Both are same thing. Pascal can be written as PA. Okay, PA for Pascal, right? One more thing, let me tell you that yes, right? Listen. Okay, let me tell you here that 1 micro represented by mu, 1 nano represented by small n, 1 pico represented by small p. So meaning of this 10 to power minus 6, meaning of this 10 to power minus 9, meaning of this 10 to power minus 12. One more thing, let me tell you that kilo, you know that 10 to power 3, mega capital M is equal to 10 to power 6. There is one more term, giga, but you will not require this. So mega, that means mega represented by capital M, and the meaning of mega is 10 to the power 6. Okay, kilo 10 to power 3. So suppose you are given 1 kilo Pascal. So it means 10 to power 3 Pascal or meters, Newton per meter square. If you are given that 1 megapascal, that means in place of mega you will write the value of mega 10 to power 6. Mega is used for 10 to power 6, right? Pascal or Newton per meter square. Alright, बराबर है? बराबर है? ऐसे होता है. So pressure है, ये होता है pressure. So now one more term. Suppose you are given 1 atm pressure. So 1 atm 101325 Newton per meter square or Pascal. I can write 1.01325 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. जनरली किताबों में 1.013 into 10 to power 5 भी मिल सकता है. बाद का 25 वो नेग्लेक्ट कर देता है, इसको अप्रोक्सीमेटली वैल्यू ले लेता है. इट्स देयर विल नो इफेक्ट, राइट? So negligible effect, right? And one more thing, 1 bar मतलब प्रेशर वाला bar ना. So bar That means 10 to the power Newton per meter square. That means 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. Now, my dear students, tell me one thing, that I have told you the value of one ATM and one pressure, one bar in terms of Newton per meter square or Pascal. Then which value, that means one ATM, which pressure, one ATM or one bar having higher measurement, right? Whose value is higher? Suppose there is a one ATM pressure and there is a one bar pressure. That means which pressure will be higher, whether it is one bar or whether it is one ATM. Now listen, it is equal to 1,01,325 Newton per meter square. It is equal to 1 lakh Newton per meter square. So obviously it is higher. ATM pressure, one ATM pressure is higher pressure as compared to one bar pressure. So it is higher by 1,325 Newton per meter square or Pascal. That means one ATM is higher than one bar. They are not equal. They are not equal, right? That was about this. Okay. Now one more thing. Let me tell you. Now suppose a question you are having, that one ATM is equal to how many bar? Is the question. And how to deal with this problem? Listen, my dear students. In place of one ATM, I can write 101325. In place of one ATM, I can write 101325 Newton per meter square. I can multiply it by 1 now, because I can multiply anything by 1, because there will be no effect after multiplication by 1. Now listen, my dear students. I know that I have told you that one bar is equal to 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. One bar is equal to 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. So obviously 1 Newton per meter square is equal to 10 to the power minus 5 bar now. So I am going to put the value of 1 Newton per meter square in terms of bar, because we require answer in 10 to the power minus 5 bar. So I am going to put the value of 1 Newton per meter square in terms of bar, because I require answer in terms of bar. So 325 in the value of 1 Newton per meter square is equal to 10 to the power minus 5 bar. So it will become 1.01325 bar, right? 1.01325 bar. I hope you got it. Now you will have to solve that 1 bar is equal to how many ATM? You will have to solve from your side, right? Now I hope that you can solve. Okay. Now ATM bar Pascal Newton per meter square. Now one more thing, that one ATM is equal to 760 mmHg, millimeter of mercury, or 760, that means 76 centimeter of Hg, or 7.6 decimeter of Hg, or 0.76 meter of Hg. Now one more thing, one ATM is equal to 760 torr. So listen, one ATM is equal to 760 torr, one ATM is equal to 760 mmHg. That means 1 mmHg and meaning of 1 torr all are same. 1 mmHg and 1 torr all are same, right? Equal. Now my dear student, what is this Hg, millimeter? We are going to deal with the unit of pressure now. Then it is millimeter, meter, length. What is this? Listen please. There was a scientist whose name was Torr. पूरा लंबा सा नाम है, तो मैंने टॉर लिख दिया है. टॉर उसके नाम के पीछे था, राइट? सो उसने क्या किया कि एक पतला सा, he took a very thin test tube in which Hg was fully filled and another container in which mercury here, and what he did, he dipped this mercury in the container, that means Hg container. So he found that obviously the level of the mercury here here, this is the level of mercury in the container, but the level of mercury in the test tube was not here, it was something like above from the level of this container, upper layer. So it was 760 millimeter higher. So उसने क्या कहा कि भाई देखो यहाँ पे एनवायरनमेंट के कांटेक्ट में एनवायरनमेंट का प्रेशर, यहाँ पे एनवायरनमेंट का प्रेशर 1 atm 1 atm 1 atm 1 atm 1 atm 1 atm 1 atm, सब जगह प्रेशर 1 atm पड़ रहा है, तो इस जगह भी तो 1 atm पड़ रहा होगा ना, 1 atm, और ये 1 atm किसकी वजह से पड़ रहा है, 760 मिलीमीटर, किसके, Hg। सो इसलिए इसको क्या कहा उसने कि 1 atm जो हुआ भाई वो 760 मिलीमीटर के अकॉर्डिंग हुआ। बाकी फॉर्मूला भी लगाया उसने, रो जी एच करके फॉर्मूला है, प्रेशर इक्वल टू समथिंग रो जी एच। तो अगर उसकी कैलकुलेशन करते हैं ना तो 1 atm प्रेशर के बराबर वैल्यू आती है 101325 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर, राइट। सो वहाँ से वेरीफाई भी है। ओके, सो दैट वाज ऑल अबाउट दिस। नाउ माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आई हैव टोल्ड यू दैट 1 atm is equal to 760 millimeter of Hg, and I have told you that 1 atm is equal to 101,325 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर। then which value 1 mm Hg and 1 Newton per meter square is higher, or please tell me that 1 mm Hg is equal to how many Newton per meter square? You'll have to tell that 1 mm Hg or 1 Newton per meter square, which value is higher. You'll have to tell that 1 mm Hg is equal to how many Newton meter square, or you can tell that 1 Newton per meter square is equal to how many mm Hg. लगाओ अपना थोड़ा सा दिमाग वाग लगाया करो, ठीक है। सो ऐसे होता थोड़ा बहुत लगाएगा ना आप अच्छे हो जाएंगे, राइट। तो लिसन, ये हाइयर होता है, खुद देखो कि 1 atm 760 mmHg के बराबर है और 1 atm 101325 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर है। मतलब न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर को अपने को 1 लाख से गुना करनी पड़ रही है 1 atm के बराबर होने के लिए, और 1 mmHg को केवल अपने से 760 से गुना करनी पड़ रही है 1 atm के बराबर होने के लिए। तो ये तो बहुत ही छोटी वैल्यू होगी ना, जब वो 1 लाख को ला रहा है गुना करने के लिए कि भाई 1 लाख जरा आइयो यार मैं इक्वल हो जाऊँ 1 atm के, वो कह रहा है कि भाई 760 ही आ जाए तो भी काम चल जाएगा। इसका मतलब ये वैल्यू थोड़ा सा ज्यादा होगा ना। तो 1 mmHg इज इक्वल टू इज हाइयर देन 1 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर, और मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ आपसे कि आप 1 mmHg में कितने न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर होता है वो कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। आइडिया दे देता हूँ थोड़ा बहुत, देखो रे 1 atm इज इक्वल टू 101,325 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर। अब या तो आप 1 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर की वैल्यू 1 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर की वैल्यू आप एटीएम में रख लो, माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स लिसन, 1 I will have to tell that 1 mmHg is equal to how many Newton per meter square, and I know that 1 atm is equal to 760 mmHg, and I know that इसका मतलब 1 mmHg में 1/760 atm होगा ना, राइट हो ना। तो 1 mmHg इज इक्वल टू 1/760 atm, और अब मैं इसको किससे मल्टीप्लाई कर सकता हूं, 1 से तो मल्टीप्लाई कर ही देता हूं बस मैं ऐसे ही। तो इन प्लेस ऑफ 1 atm आई कैन राइट हियर 101325 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर ना, बिकॉज 1 atm इज इक्वल टू 101325 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर। थोड़ी सी कैलकुलेशन किया करो, 133 क्या तो आंसर आ जाएगा, ठीक है। So in terms of Newton meter square, you will be able to know the value of 1 mmHg, right? That was all about pressure, my dear students. Pressure, you know pressure. Now temperature. 99% आपको जो टेम्परेचर रखना है वो केल्विन में ही रखना है, जैसे P = nRT हो गया, बहुत सारे फॉर्मूले हो गए फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री में। If you are not having temperature in terms of degree Celsius, then you will have to change this temperature into Kelvin, and then you will use this value, that whatever you are having in terms of Kelvin, then you will put this value in the formula and you will get the right answer, right? So 99% आपको किस में, Kelvin में करना। So if you having a temperature, suppose you are having a temperature x degree Celsius, and obviously you want to convert this temperature in terms of Kelvin, so you will add 273.15 and you will get the answer in terms of Kelvin. For example, the temperature is given 25 degrees Celsius and you will add 273.15 in this temperature and you will get the temperature in terms of Kelvin. 3 और 5 8 होता है, 7 2 9 होता है, 2 2 होता है, 1.5 0.15 होता है केल्विन. एक और चीज, अगर टेम्परेचर का डिफरेंस दिया हुआ है, दो टेम्परेचर का डिफरेंस, इफ यू आर हैविंग द डिफरेंस ऑफ टू टेम्परेचर टर्म्स इन टू कंडीशंस, राइट, so that difference whether it is in Kelvin or whether it is in degree Celsius, it will be same. So सपोज कीजिएगा आपको T1 टेम्परेचर 50 डिग्री सेल्सियस, T2 डिग्री सेल्सियस दिया हुआ है 60 डिग्री सेल्सियस, तो डेल्टा T निकालना है 60 माइनस 50 10 डिग्री सेल्सियस. आपको क्या लगता है कि अगर आपको और चाहिए 10 डिग्री सेल्सियस हो, और आई कैन से 10 केल्विन भी इतना रहेगा डिफरेंस. कैसे? देखो, मुझे T1 चाहिए 50 डिग्री सेल्सियस है, T2 चाहिए 60 डिग्री सेल्सियस. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई विल हैव टू कन्वर्ट इनटू केल्विन ना. So I will add 273.15. I will add 273.15 Kelvin. Now I will see the difference in temperature T2 minus T1. Now T2 60 plus 273.15 T1. 50 plus 273.15. Now you can see that, my dear student, 60 plus 273.15 minus 50 minus 273.15 minus 273 plus 273 will be cancelled out. 60 minus 50 obviously 10 Kelvin. Difference will be same. 10 Kelvin, 10 degree Celsius. Difference will be same. क्योंकि 273 आप ऐड दो करते हैं तो दोनों में करते हैं ना, तो कोई इफेक्ट नहीं है. जब घटेगा तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा. That was all about temperature, my dear students. Now I will have to deal with okay. So one more thing, that 1 liter bar is equal to how many joule? I will have to solve this problem. इससे पहले मैं आपको एक चीज और बता दूं, that आपको पता होगा work is equal to force into displacement. You know this. Work is equal to force into displacement. So unit of work is equal to joule. Unit of force is equal to Newton meter. Unit of displacement. So 1 joule or 1 Newton meter, both are same thing. Newton meter and joule all are same things. Okay. Now my dear student, 1 liter bar is equal to how many joule? You will have to calculate this 1 liter bar. So in place of 1 liter bar, I can write 1 liter into 1 bar. Now in place of 1 liter, I have told you that 1 meter cube. If we are having a water tank 1 meter length, 1 meter breadth, 1 meter height, that means 1 meter cube volume. In that water tank, there will be a 1000 liter maximum that can be filled. That means 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. 10 to power 3 liter. So I can say 1 liter is equal to 10 to power minus 3 meter cube now. So 1 liter is equal to 10 to power minus 3 meter cube. So in place of 1 liter, I am going to write 10 to power minus 3 meter cube. 10 to power minus 3 meter cube. Now I have told you that the meaning of 1 bar is equal to 10 to power 5 Newton per meter square. Now listen, my dear student, 10 to power minus 3, 10 to power plus 5, 10 to power 2 meter cube meter square. That means meter. 10 meter to power plus 3, meter to power minus 2, that means meter to power plus 1, that means meter. Right. So in place of Newton I am going to write Newton. That means 100. In place of Newton meter, I have told you that the meaning of Newton meter or joule both are same. That means 100 joule. Now 1 liter ATM कितना जूल के बराबर होता है? खुद से घर से करें, अच्छा रहेगा आपके लिए भी, आपके दिमाग के स्वास्थ्य के लिए बहुत अच्छा रहता है सब. खुद भी क्या करेंगे कुछ, राइट? आपके दिमाग का स्वास्थ्य बहुत अच्छा है वैसे, और उसको अच्छा हो जाएगा, राइट? सो दैट वाज अबाउट दिस. Yes, 1 liter bar and 1 liter ATM. Now I will have to deal with the gas constant, right? Last term. Listen. हाँ, टेम्परेचर कर लिया है, 1 लीटर बार 100 जूल के बराबर होता है, 1 लीटर एटीएम 101.325 जूल के बराबर होता है। ये आपको सॉल्व करना है खुद से, इसका आंसर लेके आ रहा है अपने हाथ से, समझ रहा? ये 100 जूल आ गया है एम, जैसे हमने सॉल्व किया था, एम नहीं आया। नाउ अब गैस कांस्टेंट रह गया, गैस कांस्टेंट का भी अपना अलग मर्ज होता है। गैस कांस्टेंट का यूनिट बदलेगी, वैल्यू बदलेगी, बताओ, चार वैल्यू है इसकी, यूनिट भी अलग है ना, तो वैल्यू भी डिफरेंट होगी, ऑब्वियसली होनी भी चाहिए, है ना, होनी भी चाहिए। देखो, अगर आपको लगा हो कि थोड़ा सा फास्ट चल रहा है, यूनिट कन्वर्जन का जो शुरू का था वो थोड़ा फास्ट चल रहा है, तो वीडियो को 2 बार देख लो, 3 बार देख लो, और अगर लगे कि सही है तो फिर सही है, फिर तो कोई बात ही नहीं है। आपको लग रहा है कि ज़्यादा ही फास्ट चल रहा है तो आप उसको स्लो भी कर सकते हैं, यूट्यूब में शायद ऑप्शन होता होगा, आपको पता ही है सब, तो आप तो समझदार हैं। गैस कांस्टेंट भाई देखो, गैस कांस्टेंट आर से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं जहां तक मुझे ख्याल है ना, सही में R, it is represented by capital R. So one value all of us know that R is equal to 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. Now my dear students, we know that 1 liter bar is equal to 100 joule. So my dear student, that means 10 to power 2 joule. I can say that 1 joule is equal to 1 upon 100 लीटर बार ना, ऑब्वियसली होना भी चाहिए भाई। सो R इज इक्वल टू 8.314 जूल केल्विन इनवर्स मोल इनवर्स, सो आई कैन से I can multiply here by 1. Now what I am going to do, I am going to write the value of 1 joule in terms of this liter bar. So 1 joule is equal to 1 upon 100, 1 joule is equal to 1 upon 100 liter bar. अरे पूरे 1 जूल का वैल्यू उठा के रखना है, 1 जूल तो यहाँ से हट जाएगा और पूरा ये वैल्यू आ जाएगा, ये विद यूनिट आएगा ना, ये भी तो विद यूनिट जा रहा है ना, जूल के साथ जा रहा है। हाँ, ये क्या हो रहा है? अरे सो वी नो दैट 1 लीटर बार इज इक्वल टू 100 जूल हो गया। क्या हो रहा है ये? Listen, 1 liter bar 8.314 joule Kelvin or small inverse. We know that 1 liter bar is equal to 100 joules, so obviously 1 joule will be equal to 1 upon 100 liter bar. बराबर? So 1 joule is equal to 1 upon 100 liter bar. So अब मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, 8.314 joule Kelvin or small inverse. So I have written that 8.314 multiplied by 1, because I can multiply by 1 to any value, there will be no effect. So multiplied by 1 joule Kelvin or small inverse, in place of Kelvin inverse small inverse, it will be Kelvin or small inverse. I have put the value of 1 joule as 1 upon 100 liter bar, 1 upon 100 liter bar. So ये जूल भी जाएगा, यहाँ से 1 भी जाएगा, और ये जूल 1 जूल जाके उसकी जगह पूरा 1 upon 100 विद यूनिट लीटर बार आएगा। ऐसे ही होता है, ऐसे ही तो होता है, 1 upon 100 लीटर बार। सो नाउ माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, अब इसको इससे 100 से डिवाइड करेंगे 8.314 को, सो ऑब्वियसली 0.08314 लीटर बार केल्विन इनवर्स मोल इनवर्स आएगा। आई होप यू गॉट इट। Now my dear students, we know that 1 लीटर ATM इज इक्वल टू 101.325 जूल. So obviously value of 1 joule will be equal to 1 upon 101.325 liter ATM. So we know that R is equal to 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. So my dear students, similarly I can write this. Now my dear student, I am going to put the value of 1 joule in terms of liter ATM. So 1 upon this liter ATM, this liter ATM will be also come here, right? Will also come here. Kelvin inverse mole inverse, right? Now अब इसको सॉल्व करेंगे. तो जब सॉल्व करेंगे बहुत दिन तक कैलकुलेशन करते रहेंगे. जब बहुत दिन तक कैलकुलेशन कर लेंगे उसके बाद 0.082 आ जाएगा लीटर ATM Kelvin inverse mole inverse. I hope you got it. बराबर. Now as we know that, yes, we know that. What we know that? As we know that, my dear students, that we know, ये लाइन लिख लेता हूँ, we know that, comma, that मतलब comma हो गया, okay. So 1 calorie is equal to 4.18 joule. So in place of 1 joule, I can write 1 upon 4.8 calorie. So R is equal to 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. 8.314 into 1 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse. So in place of this 1 joule, in place of 1 joule, I am going to write the value of 1 joule in terms of calorie. So it is 1 joule is equal to 1 upon 4.18 calorie Kelvin inverse mole inverse. तो देखो ये 4 है, ये 8 है, लगभग दुगना है. ये 18.818 है, 0.314 है, लगभग दुगना है. 1.98 समथिंग करके आता है वैसे अगर सॉल्व करते हैं तो मैं 2 लिख देता हूँ आपके सहूलियत के लिए. तो 2 कैलोरी Kelvin inverse mole inverse, right? So it is the value of R. So in this board there are 4 values of R, that is gas constant in different with different units. So obviously unit will be changed, so value will be also changed, right? Unit will be changed, so obviously value will be also changed now. So listen my dear students, if R given here joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse, so 8.314. R is given here in liter bar, so obviously 0.08314 liter bar Kelvin inverse mole inverse. If R is given in liter ATM Kelvin inverse mole inverse, so it is 0.082. Now R is given with calorie Kelvin inverse mole inverse, so 2. Got it or not? My dear students, got it or not? Any problem? So this was all about unit conversion. We have discussed the unit conversion regarding temperature, pressure, volume and unit gas constant. So we have seen that what is the value of 1 liter bar and 1 liter ATM in terms of joule. So I hope you got it. Okay, आपको कोई भी डाउट आ रहा है, if you are having any doubt, so you can ask in the comment section, my dear students. Obviously I will be there to reply your queries. Okay, पढ़ते रहिए आप, बढ़ते रहिए आगे, ऐसे ही होता रहता है, राइट? समझ रहे आप? So thank you very much.